Hey, it's your old pal Chris. I got an email today letting me know that my pre-order of Deadpool 2 was available for download. And I had kind of forgotten that I'd pre-ordered Deadpool 2. And this brought up the question of whether or not I need to own Deadpool 2, which is, it's a movie that I enjoyed. I certainly didn't, it didn't leave the theater disappointed when I saw it, but do I need to own it? Is it going to be something that I watch enough times that it merits the $20 that I dropped on it today? Or that I dropped on it back in May when I pressed the pre-order button? And the answer is I don't know. But I kind of just automatically hit the pre-order button on most things that I see in the theater, because most things I see in the theater are things that I anticipate liking, that I anticipate watching and rewatching. But then there's this sort of borderland of stuff where, you know, I'm buying Deadpool because I bought all of the X-Men films. I own all of the X-Men films on iTunes. You know, and that's not so bad, right? Because the X-Men films, by and large, are pretty good. But I started way back with Man of Steel. I started buying all of the DC movies, and those have been maybe not so good. Wonder Woman being the exception. Man of Steel is pretty good. I actually like the extended version of Batman vs. Superman. Justice League, and Suicide Squad, you know. But I pre-order everything, you know. So like I pre-ordered Infinity War. It was there for me last Tuesday morning. I didn't actually get to watch it until this past weekend, but I pre-ordered it. It was a thing that I did, and I don't know. I have always, not always, but I've long had this sort of conflicted feeling about buying versus renting, because I feel like rentals cost so much for $4, or you know, you go to the Red Box or whatever. But I don't have a disc player anywhere, so the Red Box doesn't do me any good. But you go and you rent off of iTunes or something, and it's $4, or you rented back at Blockbuster back in the day, and there was a certain point at which I was like, well, if I rent this more than once, or I anticipate renting it more than once, why don't I just buy it? But that calculus is not the most sane, because for a $20 movie, I could rent it 5 times before. Am I doing that math right? Yeah, I could rent it 5 times before it equaled the amount that I spend to own it. And how many of the movies that I'm pre-ordering have I watched 5 times? And when it comes to superhero movies, certainly it's a lot. I watch and rewatch those all the time. That's my bread and butter. I love those things. But with some of the other stuff, I don't know. Do you pre-order movies? Do you even buy movies, or you just find them on the back of a truck? Leave a comment below and let me know, because I'm curious. Or do you just watch? I mean, maybe you don't do the back of the truck. Maybe you watch Netflix or Hulu or HBO, or you still watch TV and wait till it comes out and it's full of ads. My friend Steve loves that, when his dad watches a movie that he owns on TV with all the ads included, even though he could pop on the DVD or the whatever. My parents do that. I do that. It's just force a habit of being old. Like Monsters Inc. was on the other night. I own Monsters Inc. I could have popped Monsters Inc. on and watched the last 20 to 30 minutes of it. Instead, it took about an hour to watch that 20 to 30 minutes with all the commercials. It's just the way we did it back in the day. Back in the day, we were stupid.